So what we're here now is talking to a couple guitar players, and tell me kind of how you work on your tone and how do you achieve that tone?
I just put everything at 10 mostly. And yeah, I bought a 5150, and yeah, I would talk to Scott about that.
That's okay, yeah.
I usually have like a higher gain. I like a lot of gain, so gain. It depends. Sometimes certain places you need to change the tone because it's different size, a room or something like that. So just use a lot of gain, a lot of treble, a lot of bass, but kind of like play with that, like mids, like in the middle.
And when you're working on your tone, is it something now? Are you at your point in your career where you've crafted that tone, you set it up, you're on your way, and you're moving on, and you don't have to worry about it anymore?
Yeah, I usually don't have to worry about it. Sometimes like there's a gear problem or that you just kind of have to work around, but I usually know what I want to do.
Yeah.
So.
And how long did it take you to get that tone over the years?
I don't know, just like playing like all the like shows all the time and kind of just finding like what works best.
Now, one of the things I notice when you guys are touring, the bands share a lot of equipment. Like your cabs are the same. Yeah. You just put the head on. Kind of tell people that maybe have never toured that getting ready to do that whole process so they can understand that.
It's a lot easier to do it that way if you just like communicate with a band that you're touring with and just try to see like what you guys can do, what somebody can bring, because like you're stuck in a van all the time, and the more room the better. So if you can split it up, it's good. We just try to make sure somebody has like good equipment. And
so how do you negotiate the guy who has to supply the cab? How does that all work out when you're touring with all these other bands?
Well, I mean, like most people have like let somebody borrow their stuff, by touring or playing, and they realize like what they need, like most people, like everybody I know has like borrowed somebody's gear at one point, whether it's a head, a guitar, or a cab. So it's just kind of like mutual respect for other people's stuff,
and when you
happens, like you fix it or repair it or pay for it, so you're responsible. But
so when you guys are on a tour like this, you're on a couple-week tour right now, right? Do you have like a backup guitar on stage? Are you prepared for like string breaks? Well, how does it work?
Sometimes I don't usually bring a backup guitar. If something does happen like that, either change a string real quick or borrow somebody else's guitar. So it happens. But
so when's the last time a string broke on you during a set?
It happened a long time. I usually change my strings quite often. So.
Now, are you at the point in your career that you have any kind of endorsements or any kind of suppliers? I mean, I know it's hardcore; it's a lot different world, but is that something that you would accept if it happened?
Of course, I would love to get like a string sponsorship. That'd be great. That'd be like the best thing to have, or like a cable thing, or whatever. Like,
have you tried?
We have. We tried a couple years ago, but we kind of just stopped, and probably could get it now, but we just kind of are lazy about it. And
now, do you write anything in the band? Like, do you write music or lyrics?
Well, I think our whole band, we all kind of contribute in the writing process. The vocalist writes all the vocals usually. We'll help them with phrasing or whatever. But I think Tom Dom, our bass player, helps out a lot. Our other guitar player helps out with the guitar, and it's just kind of like a mutual thing. Like we all kind of write together.
So okay, you all write together. So who's getting the biggest royalty check right now?
Nobody. We ain't getting checks. It all goes to expenses. So we're kind of doing it for the love of it and kind of scraping by. So.
And how long you guys been together? Or you been in the band?
2007.
Okay. And how have, in terms of your guitar playing, have you progressed since that 5-year period? In your opinion?
I would say so. Yeah.
But what has progressed as guitar?
I just being able to play like better. I can't really just describe it. Just maybe like playing more tight with the drummer, or just experiencing more things.
And when you're on stage playing, like tonight you played probably, about 25-minute set or so, what are you actually listening to on the stage? Are you listening to the bass, the drums, I mean, the other guitar player, the vocals? What's in your head?
I would say drums is like the biggest thing for me as a guitar player. I'm following the drums to make sure I'm in time with them. The vocals, not as much, but and the guitar, I'd like not to have, like the other guitar player, I try not to have any of that in my ear. So.
And when you are doing, I noticed the bands tonight, when they did a sound check, I mean, it was like, yeah, it's fine. Are you at that point in your career where it's like, I don't worry about it, I can hear my amp, I'm cool?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, sometimes there's certain things that you need to like boost or something, but most of the time it's just like, let's get going. Like, I don't need to have like
Now,
stuff from a monitor or anything like that. It's just whatever.
hardcore music is not known for its solos. I mean, it's about rhythm. It's about locking in. Do you feel like shredding sometimes?
I mean, it's not really. Like, I'm not very good at that kind of stuff, so I'm just like, I don't know. It's a lot about the rhythm. I mean, I wish I was a drummer, so.
Well, it's a pretty typical question, but who are some of your influences from guitar standpoint?
Like, my friends are a big influence. But I mean, like almost every single guitar player on this tour, like, I mean, I look up to, and
What have you picked up from a couple of these guys since you've been? I know it's only your second date in this tour, but I'm sure you've toured with some of them before. What have you picked up from these guys?
just like, I don't know. I don't know how to really answer that, but it's just like, just guitar styles, and everybody plays different, and kind of use something that you like, or I don't know.
Now, hardcore, the tone is so important in the guitar. I mean, that really kind of dictates the sound. Is that something that you really have locked into to say, I'm only going to stay with this tone, whether it's on record or on live? I mean, are you just never going to change at this point?
Yeah, I would say it's like, for our band at least, we'll probably stick to the tone.
All right, we'll get the light on in a minute here. There we go.
I just stick with the tone. I mean, maybe like tweak it here or there a little bit, but not really change it a lot.
All right, well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks. Take care, man.